How's everyone doing today? It's your boy, A-Dog TV. That's another Dove Gossip TV. Today we're going to be reacting to a Nigerian podcast about this woman trying to demasculate a man and talking about a man is not a prize and the prime of what's the right age of a prime for a man versus a woman. Let's see what they're going to say, and let's also drop a comment and discuss it. Let's go.
Soft and at peace.
So is it only money that you can use to
that
do
can
all
point
that?
to you.
No, it doesn't have to only be money, but money is a non-negotiable factor
For
me.
you.
For me.
Okay, so he talked about if a lady comes to see him, I want to bring it to the feminist level. So he said if a lady comes to see him and she doesn't have money for cab, that he could pay, right? So
For the cab?
yeah, so why is it bad for a woman to do something like that for a man?
Something like what, sorry?
Like
Paying for a man's cab.
Like the way men support women, like the way women always say, oh, you should be doing this for me, you should be doing that for me. Why is it so bad in our society that a girl that has decided to do the same for a man is called a pick-me?
Well, because it ultimately boils down to the fact that she's forgotten her worth, and there's another man who could have just as equal interest in her, who could be just...
That's crazy. So that means if a woman is doing something for a man, she forgot her worth because there's another man that can do it for her. But we can say the same thing. We can be going around in circles because there will be another woman that would do that for the guy. Obviously, us men, we don't go around asking for this and that, but it's nice when your woman thinks of you and does something out of the box for you. You feel me? So what? So you can have all these requests, but men are not allowed to have any requests because we're what? We don't have feelings, or we're made of brick.
It's interesting, just as good looking, and he can pay his own way or even more, give her money.
So how does that make you a feminist?
Well, how it makes me a feminist is that I'm exercising my choice and I'm exercising my right to seek better in this life, because prior to the feminism wave that we're lucky enough to experience, women were either forced into marriages with men who had nothing to offer them, and they had to endure abuse, domestic violence, and even death, sometimes even being sectioned in mental
I
institutions.
thought it was equity, not better.
Yeah, she was an actual feminist. She would actually be in agreement to a woman being able to do the same things that a guy would normally do. It would break down the traditional norms. But
Literally.
you see, she's speaking against this.
She doesn't know what a feminist is because if that was the case, she'd be like, yeah, you know what, equal rights, blah, blah, blah. She's not fighting for equal rights. She still wants all the benefits of being a woman, but she doesn't want to... she's saying she's a feminist. What? How could you be a feminist and still ask for help from a man? Make it make sense.
Yeah, she really a chameleon. She just want to be taken care of. She want to use men. She already said that she hate them, so yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So equity means
Can you
making
please explain
conditions.
equity?
Yes, thank you for the question. So
Please explain.
equity, essentially, in the conversation of feminism, when we're talking about equality versus equity is about making up for what has been lost. So that won't always look equal. So when we talk about equity in terms of the conversation of feminism, equity is about giving women the head start that they were lacking to begin with. So what equity can look like is women, especially when they're in marriages, making sure that they marry well, making sure that even in the contract that they are advocated for, because, and maybe you'll be able to help us pull up the statistics, but apparently, according to statistics, which you'll be able to help us confirm, the cost of household labor that women do is about $300 and something thousand
That's a lie.
per year.
What?
But
Man, stop it. She's saying that a woman at home taking care of the household.
A woman at home, what she does is about $300 and something thousand. But if I'm living by myself and I go to work, say I'm working Monday to Friday, take my time, I can sort out the house in the weekend. That ain't costing, if anything, someone being at home is costing you more money because the light is on constantly, the electric is running constantly, and food is being eaten constantly. So what are you talking about? Yeah, she's bugging. I don't know where she got that figure from, but she is wilding.
It's worth $300,000 per year. That is cap as hell.
Yep.
Maybe you have to help me confirm that statistic. So a woman's time is worth a lot, to the point where men are able to have the careers that they have now, mainly married men, right, who have been in their positions for years and years. They're able to thrive in their careers because they have a woman at home who's running the household for them, who's making...
But in the same breath, you wouldn't want a man that's not doing good in life. You want a man that's already established, that can pay all the bills because you're sitting at home. So how are you helping him thrive in his career when he's already making that money? Because you're not trying to build with him. You want to be with him when he's already made. So make it make sense.
Sure that the things that they have to think about, the logistics, someone else is handling that. And I often wonder where women would be if we had someone doing that for us at home. But in the conversation of dating and talking about equity and discussing your question about, well, what about if a woman pays a man's way? Why is that seen as bad? It's seen as bad because earlier in the conversation, we discussed how men make up the main shareholders of the money in the world, right? So in a world where women statistically earn less globally, it feels like pouring a bucket into the ocean to give a man money when, again, the point comes back to...
No, she's beating around the bush with it, because the question was, if a man can pay for a woman's cab, yeah, why can't a woman once in a while do that? Not like every single time, but it's like once in a while. But she's saying not at all. So it's like throwing a bucket of water into the ocean. No, because at the end of the day, men, we appreciate something as little as, oh, I wasn't feeling well, and you went and cooked food and you brought me dinner to my house because I wasn't feeling well. Something as little as that is okay. We're not here asking to buy us a car or a house or buy us, nothing like that. No, ain't no man out there asking his woman to buy him a house or a car. That's crazy. You feel me? So I don't know what she's talking about.
As a man, if you can't afford to date a woman, then you probably should focus on prioritizing your career, your financial well-being, and your goals rather than chasing a woman for sex.
Are you straight? Are you a straight woman?
Yeah, I date men.
Okay. But are you dating right now?
That's another thing as well. It's like the comment she just made is wild, that if you're not financially stable to date a woman, you should focus on your hustle and sort yourself out. I hear that. One thing she needs to understand is, as an African woman, was her father financially stable before dating the mom? 9 times out of 10, no. Because while the father was out working hard, if the mom is looking after the kids, she's still got a bit of farming, doing this and that, little business that she's running, blah blah, but she's still helping. So both of them still have income. Obviously the woman's income is not going towards any bills or nothing. It's probably going like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna cook dinner today, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was a give and take, the way the Asians do it. You feel me? But she's talking about, if you're not financially stable, you shouldn't date. I totally agree with that part. If you're not financially stable, you shouldn't date. But in the same breath, you're also saying woman is the reason why married men are successful. So are you planning to build with the man? Are you making his life better? You're not, because you clearly are an expense, because you're talking about a woman's looking after the house a year is over $320,000. If the man is earning $100,000 a year, how are you looking after the house for $320,000? Make it make sense. Oh man, just talking, man.
I'm open to dating. I'm not actively
I
dating.
would hope if you really found somebody that you appreciate and you like, that y'all could actually help each other out. I'm not saying you have to take care of a man. Vice versa, you don't have to take care of you. If y'all appreciate each other, y'all should want to hold each other down.
Facts.
Anyway,
That's a
but I'm
very
open.
political answer.
Well, I don't have a boyfriend right now, if that's your question.
Okay.
But I'm open to dating. I'm, exploring.
With that kind of mindset, of course she ain't got a boyfriend. Come on, man. Like, we need to find out what she does for a living. How much is she making? About she wants a man to give her $120,000 a year to be at home. What are you bringing?
my options.
Let's have your take.
I hear a lot of women, bringing out the stats, but when you say men are the ones with the power, the economical power and all of that, the question is why?
Good question.
How did we get to that point
Great.
Patriarchy.
where it happens? Meanwhile, patriarchy is a good system to me. That is my opinion. I feel it's a system like any other system, democracy, medicine, any other topic that it's getting.
I don't know much about the patriarchy. I might have to look into it because that word has been flying up and down for a minute now. Patriarchy system. I need to find out what it is. Because people are talking about patriarchy. Men run the world and men are the highest earners and this, that. So, and men making all the rules where women can't do this, women can't do that. Right now in this society, as an employer, you can't say to a woman, or you can't put a job vacancy and say, yeah, I'm only looking for men applicants. You can't do that. Your company will get shut down. So ain't no patriarchy anymore, because what women voted for, they're getting it. So it's equal rights when it comes to any job. But the thing is, the jobs women want to do, men want to do, a lot of women wouldn't want to do it. Even though there are women in the field, but it's like the percentage is very, very low compared to men. Just like in a lot of women's jobs, such as hairdressers, nails, whatever, there are men in the industry, but it's very, very low. You feel me? So, yeah. So I wouldn't say so, but obviously they look at that and say, no, but there are women in the construction, there are women running businesses. Yes, they are. But we're not talking about you knowing one or two people. We're talking about percentage of women, percentage of men. You feel me? It's like growing up and you grow up in the hood and a lot of your friends like just selling drugs or whatever. Then and you're a white person, you're gonna go and say, oh yeah, most of the black people in my area were selling drugs, because that's your surrounding. You feel me? That's because you're surrounded. But when you actually check the numbers of black-owned businesses, you'd be surprised, So people judge the world by their surrounding, and the world is bigger than a surrounding, trust me.
Better with time. How did we get here in the first place? How is it that men are the ones that, were working and earning at the time? 500 years, 1,000 years ago, there's no job that you want to do that doesn't require strength. Men did not come into the world to meet a wonderful space. I think a comedian said this best. He said women waited till when air conditions were in offices before they started fighting for feminism.
Hey.
Listen. I said I'm just quoting a comedian, right? So what am I saying? What am I saying?
Don't do that. Don't try and minimize it. It's the truth. Women, they don't want to do the same type of work that men do. Do we have women out there that's doing, laborious jobs? For sure. But it is not to the same degree as the guys that's doing extremely dangerous jobs.
I just said that. I literally just said that. Because the next thing she's going to jump in and say, yeah, but I know women that are doing this. I know women that invented this and invented that. Of course. Yeah, there are women that invent this and that. There are women that work in the men industry. But it's about the percentage, not, oh, yeah, I know someone. No, you feel me?
What am I saying? Now, if we were born in the era of, the caveman or the first men, everything you had to do, you will wake up in the morning and there will be a saber-tooth tiger next to you. You have to fight them. There will be harsh weather, there will be scorching sun, there will be rainstorms and all of that. Men were required to fight those things and build.
Yep, because there is a country in Africa, I don't exactly know where it is, but I know it's somewhere in East Africa, that the men go out hunting early in the morning to catch the animals while they're sleeping, to kill the animals, and they're back at night to have dinner with their family. And with the leftover for dinner, the family will have it in the morning, but bright early morning again, they're off to go and hunt and catch the animals while they're sleeping with spears. Women were not allowed to do that. Women will cook, will prepare the food for the family, but men were risking their lives. And there's no man out there in his right mind that will sit at home and watch his woman go out there and go and make money and feed the family. It doesn't make sense. You feel me? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but there's more to this. That's just part 1. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, A-Dog TV. That's another day of Gossip TV. I'm out.